the other one. Pick the paper up, let it drain good so you're not, because I don't want these wet, like where there's standing water on it. If there's standing water on the paper, it'll actually goof up the print. It'll repel. Two things can happen with the water that'll make a bad print. Too much water or not enough. Like if you don't get the paper all the way underwater and you have dry spots on it, that will prevent the ink from being uniform also. In this case, I'm going to cover it with a sheet of newsprint just because it's only been like 1.5 days since I printed that. And I don't want to take any chance of getting that ink on the blanket or on the towel, so that the next person that uses it has violet ink all over. So I'm still going to brush a little lighter than what I would normally, all right? So I've done this the opposite of what we normally would. Normally, it'd go newsprint, the printing plate, the printing paper, then newsprint again, thin blanket, thick blanket. In this case, I've got thick blanket down on the press bed, thin blanket, newsprint. I'm gonna lay this print down, then I'm gonna get my plate. And one of the nice things about using Plex versus a copper plate with this, as long as my fingertips are clean, is that I can kind of line it up exactly by looking right through the Plex, right? I'm seeing that on the print. I can line things up right on the line. It's lining right up with the border. Newsprint on top, and then I'm going to slide it or run it through the press gently. You got to be a little more careful, go a little bit slower with this one, because the blankets kind of help hold the plate in place when I'm doing it normally. In this case, there's much more of a chance of that plate sliding when I hit it. So I want to go really slowly. So it kind of works up on the plate very gradually. Once I'm on, and you feel it go up on the plate, and once it's on the plate, then I can kind of increase my speed a little bit. But I still want to go with a nice steady turn. And then carefully, and you want to make sure there's no ink on your fingertips, because there's nothing worse when you're doing this than picking up that print and then in the process of doing it, putting a fingerprint along the edge. So this then is the finished print. It's the monoprint underneath with the dry point on top. And you can see what a rich black you can get with the dry point. And then the last thing I will do is pin it up. And I'm going to pin inside the print by a good amount, because it'll pull. Like even as I'm up inside the print like 1/4 of an inch, and even doing that, it's going to pull these off the push pins. And that's it.